Financial wellness. Reach out to them for advice at 855-DON-GINO. And now back to your hosts, Don Getling and Gino Franti.
Happy Saturday and welcome back to another wonderful edition of the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show. Your friends in the mortgage and finance business and so much more. And now for 5 years, we've got to help guide you to personal and financial wellness. We love what we get to do every Saturday with you.
Yeah, so let's talk about that for a minute, Don, because a lot of the times we have fantastic guests, and we've been lucky enough over the last 5 years to have hundreds of guests, and some repeat guests are favorites.
For good reason.
And it's because they give, like Don said, it's guiding you to personal and financial wellness. And these are the best of the best we've found in our town that help guide us personally to our wellness as well. We use most of the people we have on their show as either vendors, partners, what do you want to call them? Advisors.
Yes.
Is the reality is that's what they are, is they're our advisors. And we try not to look beyond Santa Clarita. We want to use local people, local advisors that help us with our personal day-to-day lives because we feel like working local is good.
Well, speaking of working local, why don't you join our show? We'd like you to join us right here at the studio, the Vault Media Studios, and we always tease that we call it the Vault Media Studios because where our Skyline Home Loan office is, used to be the Bank of Santa Clarita, and we decided to make our custom-built studio just for you in where they used to have the safe. So we call it the Vault because very important things are in the Vault, and the information I believe we share every week with you in the Vault and on our show is very important, can change your life.
Yeah, and, luckily, Don, because we have such great advisors and people by our side, we've been able to protect, I think, a lot of families and help them get great advice from the same advisors that we get advice from to protect them from bad advice. We know how expensive bad advice can be, and we saw it, the last real estate down cycle. We saw how painful it could be to be getting horrible advice. And, in fact, we just had Lou Esbin on last week, and he's still dealing with the repercussions of some of those who had poor bankruptcy advice or poor loan advice with modifications and things of that nature that are still resurfacing today.
Well, that's why it's important to have a good resource of the best professionals, people that can really guide you down the right path. Yes, with the information and technology today, you can always go online and find someone that's willing to tell you what you want to hear, but are they experienced and do they really care about you? Are they accountable to you? Are they accountable to, like they're accountable to us in the America's Professional Resource Group? They're accountable to the community. And it's really hard to be successful for 20-plus years in any business in Santa Clarita unless you're really good at your job and you're accountable and your reputation is strong enough to keep you in business. And we're very proud of the group we have that is part of America's Professional Resource Group. I mean, these guys are all real people you can pick up the phone and talk to and go, wow, that's a nice guy. And we personally use almost every one of them in one way, shape, or form because you don't know when you need, a good college planner. You don't know that you should have a trust and why you need a trust.
Or
financial planner.
So I'll share some of my stuff, right? So we know I've shared with you all before that I just recently had my trust done, and now I'm working with Scott Zimmerman of Corporate Strategies to reevaluate my life insurance. And it was I was pleasantly surprised that my policy, which expires, it was a 20-year policy, it expires in 8 years because I've had it for 12 years now. I can actually get 22 years of a renewal for the same price I'm paying today, or I could replace it and save a bunch of money on the policy. So just having Scott take a look at a policy that I've had for a long time, I should have probably done it sooner.
That's what I'm saying. You got to reach out to these people because when we talk to them, it's like, like Carlos Villalobos with Carlos Villalobos Insurance. He handles our auto and our home and all that. And he's like, well, do you have earthquake? You're up on the hill up there. You have earthquake. No, it's pretty expensive. He goes, no, there's new policies you should know about that you can break it up in pieces and pay what you are comfortable paying to get some protection in case of an earthquake. Because, think there might be one coming?
Yeah, I think it's a good hedge right now. And
there's a good word.
Yeah, speaking of hedges, right? So one of the things that Dawn and I were talking about before the show today is we don't really talk about what we do too often, Dawn. We don't
just do radio and we don't get paid for this big money?
No. No money.
Lisa, do we have checks coming in for this show?
Not for sure, not enough to cover anything substantial. So
yes.
The reality is that we did this initially to share great information because we started at a time where people had gotten a lot of really bad loan advice.
Yes.
So we kind of wanted to debunk the myths that not all mortgage people are horrible, horrible people. So hopefully over the last 5 years, you still feel that way about us. But the reality is that Dawn and I work at Skyline Home Loans, and what we do is we help families into homes every single day. And I think I'll talk today a little bit, and you could share with it as well, Dawn, is that I feel like the market's loosening, and we're able to help more families right now than we have been for years.
That's a good point. And because a lot of you out there are going, I can't get in a home, or I can't get back into the real estate market because you got hurt. And there was some true hardships out there. So a lot of you out there are feeling, like maybe undeserving or or afraid. But a lot of hardship. We're talking millions and millions. We've talked to so many, thousands and thousands of you out there that had true hardships, job losses and, income reductions and, credit issues and home value issues. I mean, they were true hardships. But what's nice is the equity positions are coming back. The housing markets are coming back. Jobs are coming back. Income's coming back. Confidence is coming back.
Right.
All
That's a big deal.
that gives you an opportunity to basically re-engage because honestly, there's nothing like the pride of homeownership. And we always say that those who are renting right now, and we know the rental market's crazy because we see rents going up like crazy, is that those who own have 45 times greater net worth throughout their lives than someone who's renting.
I know, it's unbelievable. And, as rents continue to climb, that'll continue to improve. As taxes continue to rise, that'll continue to improve. So the benefits of home ownership are going to continue going forward. They have been. They're part of the American dream. It's what this culture is really built on. So I don't see that changing in the future. What is changing, though, is our ability to help people into homes.
Thank goodness.
It was admittedly way too loose in the early 2000s, right? If you had a heartbeat, you could get a loan.
Yes.
And that was a bad situation. It really, really was a bad situation. It led to those who really didn't qualify and had no business purchasing homes, purchasing them strictly on speculation.
Well, even though the lenders that gave certain advice, not us, that's why we're still in business, but a lot of lenders just told you what you wanted to hear, meaning go ahead and buy this home for this price because it's guaranteed to go up, or you can refinance out of that loan. You can do all these things that were speculative.
Right.
They were not based on true facts, meaning can you afford this home? Is this the home you should be purchasing? Is this loan a good program? Because there's a lot of people who believe for some reason that you are really getting a 1% loan. Come on.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. People wanted to hear what they wanted to hear. Everybody wanted to play in the appreciation game. And that's what it was. It really was a game. And we always talk about speculation is the level of investment just before Ponzi. And, right now what's nice about our market is that that's not what we're seeing. There are some seasoned investors that are doing a good job at investing in properties, and they should because it's a good opportunity to invest right now. But nothing speculative, nothing disproportionate, shall I say. You know what they say, right? When the shoe shine guy tells you to buy a stock, it's too late.
Yeah,
So,
like back in the day with lending, everybody was a lender. You're going, okay, I'll have, let's see, some prime rib, give me some turkey and some chicken wings, and would you like a refinance?
Yeah, and
That's your butcher.
and 2 condos in Vegas and 1 in Florida.
Yes.
So the one thing is I got a haircut this morning, and my hairstylist didn't mention anything about real estate, so I guess we're still okay.
There you go. Okay. Well, we don't want you to go away because we're going to actually explain some of the opportunities, if not for you, for someone you know, whether it's to consolidate debt, fix up your home, purchase your first home, purchase your next home, purchase an investment property. There are so many options out there that you need to stay tuned. We'll share them with you in just a few minutes. Don't go away.